Hello, everyone. Let's talk about the fourth class of the natal astrology course, manners and wit. These subjects are not really that closely connected, but we might as well deal with both at the same time because that's how most texts present it, how most astrologer astrologer courses present it, and they have some connection, but they are not the same thing, and they describe different areas or different levels of the person. The manners. The manners are mistaken by the temperament a lot. You see all those you, all those tests online, and people who are interested in astrology or in psychology, they go through these texts. They receive a badge. You're choleric. You're phlegmatic. You're this melancholic or sanguine. And when they come to an astrologer, they say, "No, but you're calculating my temperament wrong. I'm sure that site said I was choleric. I cannot be phlegmatic." Sorry. And one of the reasons, the other reasons that most online tests are crap, but one of the reasons for this is that they are describing their most natural and most easily observed behavior, what we call the manners, and not the temperament. The temperament is below that. Of course, it influences the behavior because we're not a building with floors operating independently, and then sometimes someone from one floor go through the stairs to the other floor to communicate some gossip, and then they come back. No, we are an integrated whole. We are not a set of closed boxes, each one with things that don't communicate with the other. But the general behavior and the temperament are not the same thing. They are in different levels. And sometimes people mix up the temperament with the next point, the wit, because the the manners, as I said, is the general behavior. I will explain how I see it, how I assess it, and we're going to see lots of cases. The wit, at least as I see it, are the general ways in which our mind pays attention to the world and processes information that it receives from the world. There are two different uh, mind faculties that are, as it were, at the beginning of the soul of the mind. The two most outer faculties, or the two most basic in the sense that they must do their work for the mind to do higher work, for the rest of the mind to do higher work. And these two faculties are uh, signified by and can be in very general terms described by Mercury and the Moon. But I do say it's general. I have to repeat that. It's not specific because you can force yourself to focus on things that are not your natural focus of attention. They are not in your natural focus of attention. You might naturally pay attention to one aspect of reality, but you have to pay attention to another. We are not machines. You might have the tendency to process information in a certain way, but you might force yourself to do in others. We're not machines. But we had this default, this most natural option. Uh, this is what I call wit. We're going to see how I calculated it. We're going to see examples of that. And we're going to see an alternative, more common method that I, for a long, long time, didn't use because I thought it was useless, but I've changed my mind. I don't think it's useless anymore. I just think it looks at um, a different thing, something that really connects the manners and the wheat. There is a middle ground between them, and I think the uh, most common method, I'd say, looks at it, looks at this middle ground, looks at how the mind's influences the manners, the behavior. So that's it. See you tomorrow.